I don't remember what that means. It's interesting with constellations, I think. After the shipwreck, the travelers stayed on at Melita for 3 months. And look at the rest and recuperation it gave them also. Before securing passage on another ship, Paul, Luke, and Aristarchus used the time to move the word. Finally, they were able to move north toward Italy and Rome. And landing at Syracuse, they went to a football game and a pep rally and a couple of frat parties. Well, some of you know there's a Syracuse University. I played football there once, back in 1969. And landing at Syracuse, we tarried there 3 days. And from thence we fetched a compass or circled around and came to Rhegium. And after 1 day the south wind blew, warmed things up, and we came the next day to Puteoli, which means wells, freshwater wells, where we, watch this, found brethren. Now there's remnant, and were desired or entreated to tarry with them 7 days. Beautiful. And so we went toward Rome. Finally, they came across some believers who blessed and took care of the travelers. 7 days, the number of spiritual perfection. Acts 28:15, and from thence, when the brethren heard of us, they came to meet us as far as the Appia Forum and the 3 taverns. These are still geographical areas today. All the tourists go see. We saw the Appian Way when we visited Rome in 1972 on our tour of the Bible land. Stopped in Rome on the way there. Saw a lot of fountains and a lot of traffic. Saw the Colosseum, saw the Roman Forum. Unforgettable. Whom when Paul saw, he thanked God and took courage. And at each of these locations, having support from the household of God, encouraged and strengthened Paul to move ahead, to hold forth God's word at Rome. Before this time, he had sent the epistle of Romans to the believers there. Wow. But he had not visited them himself. Acts 28:16, and when we came to Rome, the centurion, there he is, faithfully doing his job, delivered the prisoners to the captain of the guard. But Paul was suffered or allowed to dwell by himself with a soldier that kept him. The final we section of Acts ends here. The record does not say where Luke and Aristarchus went once Paul was safely in Rome, but they had believed God with him through those very trying days along the way. Verse 17, and it came to pass that after 3 days, Paul called the chief of the Judeans together. That was his revelation. Normally he would start with giving the Judeans first shot at the word as God's chosen people bloodline. Paul contacted the Judean leadership in Rome, not hesitating to start with the most renowned and to speak his peace, as his manner was. He boldly preached and taught to give these men first opportunity to receive and believe the word, even though men of similar authority in Jerusalem never listened to the word Paul taught, but tried to harm him.